No, you are not seeing double. One of these robots is actually almost 2 years old, and the other is the latest released from Dreame Tech. My name is Jamie Andrews, and what we have here is cost savings through recycling while making several changes and slapping an entirely different name on it. In this case, we have the Dreame D10s Plus that is nearly identical to the Z10 Pro I reviewed right here in 2021 and is still on sale today. Link to that video review above and below in the description. So let's take a close look at these changes and put them to the test. I should also start off by mentioning that the docks are identical, which is good because they come with a large 4-liter dust bag and a powerful auto empty system that has always been successful in emptying the robot's internal dust bin, thanks in part to Dreame's dual-port airflow design. As for the changes to the D10s robot itself, there are several, starting with the object avoidance system up front. The older Z10 Pro has optical sensors without a camera, and the D10s Plus employs a single RGB camera up front. Dreame calls this system AI Action, which we first saw on the more expensive L10s Ultra last year. However, the L10s employs 2 additional optical light sensors with the camera to help it detect objects in the dark, so the system on the D10s may not be well suited for low light like the others. This system does allow you to turn on the option in the Dreame Home app that shows photos of the objects it avoided in your home and unlocks the ability to provide direct feedback to Dreame through the app to help improve their AI system, or to just click ignore the objects that are misidentified, which will be avoided in this location in the future. You can also turn on remote viewing, which will let you view and speak to your pets while you are gone from home, which I personally use each time we leave our pets for an extended period of time. It's very similar to Roborock's system in the way it works, and thankfully this one does not constantly repeat remote viewing active every few seconds like my S7 Max V does. Okay, so how about object avoidance? Well, I've always been fairly impressed with the performance of Dreame's object avoidance system, and the D10s is no different. Here you can see where both the older Z10 Pro and the newer D10s Plus successfully avoid most objects except the cords, which sadly is par for the course. Although I did notice the D10s try and avoid a few in my home while I was testing, so there is some progress being made here. I picked a fake animal waste test to help highlight the key differences in the object avoidance systems. The newer D10s can not only detect that an object is in its path, it can properly identify it as animal waste through AI image recognition and make the choice to stay far away from it, unlike the older Z10 Pro, which gets way too close with just optical sensors. The next big change is with the vacuum itself. The D10s Plus has a higher rated vacuum motor at 5,000 pascals versus 4,000 pascals on the older Z10 Pro. It also has an upgraded brush roller, which is also shared with the more expensive L10s Ultra. This brush roller is an all-rubber design with removable ends and is different from the rubber and bristle design used in the Z10 Pro. I put the D10s through my carpet pickup test where I scatter 54 grams of rice on medium pile carpet, and with the robot set to turbo power, it was able to pick up a very respectable 52 grams or 96%, and by comparison the Z10 Pro only managed to pick up 48 grams or 88%. So there's noteworthy improvements on carpet. How about on tile floor though? In this test I scattered 130 grams of cat litter and set the power level to turbo. The Z10 Pro did poorly in this test back in 2021, and thankfully we can see Dreame Tech has fixed that issue with the D10s, picking up a very respectable 123 grams of cat litter. But is this difference due to a better vacuum motor, or the all-new rubber design brush roller? In the name of science, I swapped in the new style roller into the older Z10 Pro and set it out for the test again, and lo and behold, the all-rubber brush is a drastic improvement, picking up 40% more cat litter than the old rubber and bristle style brush. If you want to do this mod for your Z10 Pro, you will need to shave down some plastic inside the Z10 Pro's brush roller housing. As you can see, They removed those in the newer D10s to accommodate the new design. You also need to cut off or somehow remove those two metal wires on the old cover. Moving on to the mopping, where once again we see this funky design mopping plate that makes replacing the mopping pad a chore due to its odd shape. I'm not a fan, and Dreame keeps using this design. It also has a rather small water tank to match the small mopping pad, though thankfully it is electronically controlled with the water flow settings in the app. This design was first seen on the Z10 Pro and has never done well in my mopping test on tile floor, where I used baked on hot sauce. And since nothing else has really changed, here it did just as bad as the older Z10 Pro, even after 2 passes in deep mopping mode. Now for a few downgrades. The D10s does not have a side wall sensor, and the drawback I see is that it has a hard time following a straight wall, as you can see here. The older Z10 Pro with a sidewall sensor glides smoothly along that same wall. With such a low-cost item, it is a shame it was removed on the D10 series. The next downgrade is with the removal of the 2 rearmost cliff sensors, which would only be a concern for those people with multi-floor homes. And I've not tested the actual impact of their removal, but my guess is it's negligible. In conclusion, the D10s Plus can often be found on sale for less than $500, which makes it a decent deal for a robot vacuum with advanced object avoidance and an excellent auto-empty dock station. The main drawback to recycling the older robot here is that it inherits the subpar funky design mopping system, which honestly is not really worth it unless you're mopping less than a few hundred square feet, and even then, it's questionable. If you don't care about mopping, the D10s from Dreame has top-tier vacuum performance scores for 2023, and for the most part improves on the older Z10 Pro's object avoidance system. The main reason I can see to buy the older Z10 Pro over the D10s Plus would be if you don't want a camera on your robot. However, you do have the option to disable photos and video completely in the app. Links to both, including the new design brush roller, are in the description below. I want to thank each of you for watching this video, and please take time to like and subscribe to support my efforts here. Take it easy, everyone. Bye-bye.